Now here's another problem here. It says find the angle between the vectors 2, 1 and negative 3i plus j. Now I did this on purpose because I want you to get used to both forms of this. So now I'm going to want these in bracket form because for me that's easier to work with when I see it that way. So this is 2, 1 here. And this one would be negative 3. And what number's in front of the j there? It would be a 1. So that's what it would be. So that would be my two vectors. And I just kind of wanted you to see it again using the ij form so you get used to that. So now I have the cosine of theta equals u dot v over the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v. So this is the formula we're using here, just that same geometric formula for dot product. So we're just going to plug in the necessary information here. So u dot v we're going to do first. And for that dot product, we get u dot v, and I ran through all the math here, and we get to negative 5. So it equals negative 5. Now we're just going to find the magnitude of u and v. And for u, the magnitude of u equals the square root of 5. And the magnitude of v equals the square root of 10. So now with this information, all we're going to do is just plug everything in. So my u dot v is negative 5. And my magnitude of u is square root of 5. And my magnitude of v is square root of 10. And if I simplify this a little bit, I'm going to get negative 5 over square root of 50, because I can times those because they're both have the same square root, or the same root. And then from here, this 50 has 25. That's a perfect square as a factor. So then I'm just going to simplify it more. So I'm going to get negative 5 over 5 root 2. And those simplify. So that's going to be negative 1 over root 2. Okay. And then from there, I need to find my theta. So that tells me cosine of theta equals negative 1 over root 2. So now I have to think about where is this located. So I have to think of this idea of the unit circle. So I go back to that idea. So I'm going to go to the next page for that. So then we get cosine of theta equals a negative 1 over root 2. And that's my special triangles. Where's the cosine negative? So I'm thinking of the unit circle idea here. And I know all students take calc. So I know I'm negative here. And I also know I'm negative down here for cosine, because that's a negative 1 over root 2. So the 1 is going to be the adjacent side, so it's down there. And then the square root of 2 is here, square root of 2 here, and that's going to be negative 1, that's going to be 1. And this over here is actually a negative 1, just so we know. Okay, and that angle then, what is that angle going to be? I know this reference angle here is 45 degrees. So this angle here is 135 degrees. And if I went further to the other one, that's going to be 180 degrees plus another 45 degrees. So that's going to be, the other one's going to be, this one here is going to be 225 degrees. Now remember, our theta has to be between 0 and 180 degrees. So we can't use the 225. So theta actually equals 135 degrees. So that's how we find the angle. We just use that second formula for it that I told you, the geometric description of dot product. So that's how we find the angle between vectors.